Hey everyone, welcome back to part 3 of my fragrance collection. This will be the final part in this fragrance collection. If you have not seen the first 2 parts, make sure you check them out. I will link a playlist either here or there. I never remember which side, but I will also list the playlist down below. If you have not seen the other parts of this video, then just know I have a huge fragrance collection. Well, it's huge to me anyway, over 250 bottles. So I will only be doing a short blurb on each one of the fragrances that I mentioned. This will not be a review. If you're interested in reviews of any of the fragrances mentioned, search for my name, simply Ayesha, and the name of the fragrance you're looking for. And if I have something, it should pop up for you. So we are on the letter P now, and the first brand I have is Panna London. So this one is Pineapple Essenza, and this one is really beautiful. I need to wear it more. So this is kind of a musky, spicy pineapple scent. And I feel like whenever somebody mentions something smelling like pineapple, then you immediately think of Creed Aventus for him, because that's very popular. But this smells nothing like that. It also doesn't smell like pineapple and a pina colada. Like, it's not a sweet scent. So it's somewhere in the middle of there. The pineapple to me just kind of gives it brightness, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of freshness. But then this is also kind of an enveloping scent. So this is perfect for year-round use. The other one I have from the brand is Strawberry Delight, and this one smells like a strawberry chocolate scent. It's quite heavy, quite thick, quite literal scent. The next brand I have is Parfums de Marly, and first up is Oriana. I do have a video all about this that I will link for you guys if I remember. But this one is a beautiful creamy marshmallow scent that has notes of raspberry and orange blossom in it. To me, the raspberry is more prominent. Check out my video if you want to know more about this one. Next up is Delina Exclusive, and this is so popular. It's a dark rose incense type fragrance that I believe has a little bit of oud in there as well, but you really don't smell the oud. I think it just gives it some depth. Next up is Cassili. This one is a floral peach fragrance that is very sophisticated, very elegant, and very pretty. Next up is Lathalia, and this one is a powdery iris scent, but it has some depth to it as well. So to me, although it's powdery and iris, which to me can smell really feminine, this one has some depth to it that I still think it smells very feminine, but it's not as delicate as some of the other powdery iris scents. And last, I have Meliora. This one is a fruity scent that is quite sophisticated. It's fruity and green. I believe black currant is the main fruit in this fragrance, but it just smells very sophisticated. So if you like your fruity florals, but you're looking for something more sophisticated, this is definitely one you should smell. Next brand I have is Prada. So this first one is Amande. This one is part of the Infusion d'Iris line. So this is based on the note of iris, but it also has almond in there as well. And you can definitely smell the almond the entire time. So it's kind of a powdery, clean scent. Really pretty. Next one I have is the original Infusion d'Iris, and this one is a powdery iris scent that is just done very well. Again, even though it's a powdery iris, to me, this is like the standard powdery iris, and it doesn't smell too feminine or too vintage. Last one from Prada is Prada Candy Night. This one kind of smells like the original Prada candy, but add in some chocolate, add in some patchouli, and it's nowhere near as sweet as the original Prada candy. But you can definitely smell the Prada candy DNA in there. So I think this is a really good flanker. Next brand I have is Reminiscence, and this first one is Guimauve, or Guimauve, I believe is how you pronounce it. This one is a marshmallow scent, but it also has some herbal aromatic touches to it that kind of stops it from being too girlish. Very pretty. The other one I have from the brand is Xerjoff, and this one is honestly kind of a disappointment for me. This one is supposed to smell like candied almonds, and it kind of does, but I kind of feel like there's just something missing with this. I do use this fragrance to layer, and it wasn't expensive enough for me to sell. Like, I wouldn't make anything off of it, so I just keep it in my collection, but honestly, this is not my fave. Next brand is Roja, and this first one is Creation E Parfum Cologne. This is the male version, but it's in the Parfum Cologne concentration. This is an absolute beauty, one of my top 10 fragrances. To me, this smells like a sexy rum and coke. That's what I call it. It is definitely more nuanced than that, but my simplified description of it is sexy rum and coke. The other one I have from Roja is Sweetie Oud. This one was sent to me, but it was one that had been on my wish list for a while, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It is a sophisticated oud scent that has some chocolatey touches to it, but it also has a bakery vibe to it. It's quite different, but very wearable, very classy, very luxe smelling. Next brand I have is Serge Lutens, and the first one I have is Xerjoff. Now this one is one that I need to try to wear more because I'm not sure how I feel about this. So I believe this fragrance has amber and tobacco, but it also definitely has a grassy or hay type quality to it that I like in other fragrances, but I'm not sure how I feel about in this one. So I really need to wear it to decide if it's going to stay in my collection, because I've only worn it like twice because it's only suitable for cold weather, and y'all know I don't live in a climate that gets very cold, so I'm going to try to wear it this week. The next one is 5 o'clock Eau Gingembre. I know I said that wrong, guys. I have practiced it so many times I can't get it right, so sorry. Anyway, this is based on the ginger note, and it is quite spicy and quite zingy in this particular fragrance, but it also kind of has a sparkling quality to it. So I think that if you're looking for a more masculine ginger scent, then this one may be for you. I don't necessarily think this is a masculine scent, but I could definitely say that it sits perfectly unisex. I could definitely see a man wearing this. The last one I have from the brand is Un Bois Vanille. This is the first one I purchased, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's a woody vanilla that also has notes of coconut in it, but I don't really smell the coconut. I think the coconut just kind of adds to the fragrance without being a standout note. The next brand I have is Skylar, and this first one is Vanilla Sky. This one smells like a vanilla cappuccino, simply put. But although it is kind of a literal gourmand, it's not heavy. So I think for those of you who are looking to get into something very gourmand, but you're kind of scared, this will be a good starter gourmand. This next one is Pink Canyon, and this one has grapefruit in it, so it's a little bit zingy and zesty, but it's also kind of sweet and very like spa-like. Next one is Owl Escape, and this one smells like the baby sister, and emphasis on baby sister of Santal 33 from Le Labo. So the sandalwood is there and it's quite woody, but it's not masculine. Like, I feel like Santal 33 is hard for me to wear because it's just a little bit too much woods, where something like this is like the girliest of all girly versions of that. But definitely this is a lightweight scent, so I can wear this any time of day. I actually like to wear this to the gym or to go drop the kids off, that kind of thing. Next brand is Sol de Janeiro. So I have Sol Cheirosa 62. This is based off the Boom Boom Cream. This is the perfume version, so it's sweet, nutty, kind of coconutty, and yeah, very delicious smelling. Perfect for summer, but also it's deep enough to kind of wear year round for me anyway. I mean, I live in Florida, so you know. Next brand I have is Swiss Arabian. I only have one. This is Casablanca. This one is my apple juice scent. So it smells to me like a sparkling apple juice with caramel in it. It's delicious smelling. There is something deeper in the background of this fragrance. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know that can turn some people off, but I absolutely love this fragrance. It is quite sweet though, so for some people it can be a little bit too cloying. The next brand I have is The Seven Virtues. So I put this in the T's instead of the sevens, but The Seven Virtues. The first one I have is Santal Vanille. And again, I can compare this to Le Labo Santal 33, except this is a more feminine version. So it is that woody sandalwood that kind of gives you the pencil shaving smell. It's a little spicy, but the vanilla really helps to round this out without this being like an overly vanillic scent. And then I also have Vanilla Woods from the brand. Now this one is all about the vanilla, but there are notes of pear in this, and it is a little bit woody, but to me this is more of like a sweet pear vanilla. The next brand I have is the House of Oud, and this first one is Keep Glazed. This is a mango scent, but it's definitely more to it than that. So mango, and I believe guava is in here. It's also something kind of dark in here. I'm not sure if oud is a note, but there's definitely something woody in this fragrance as well that allows me to wear it year round. It's quite unique. The other one I have is Dates Delight, and this is one that I need to wear more. But this is a kind of sweet, dark scent. The dates are definitely present in this, but I believe there's also some sort of woods in this as well. And this is a little bit spicy, but not overly so. The next brand I have is Tiziana Terenzi, and this first one is Tibet. This one is a musky peach fragrance, but with a lot of oomph to it. I don't remember the notes on this fragrance, but this one is a beast. It definitely has some woody undertones to it and a lot of spice to it as well. The other one I have from the brand is Borea, and this one is a white floral scent. This is definitely a softer scent, but it's really pretty. So it has the florals in there, but it also has like almond and coconut. But to me, the almond and coconut sit way in the background. Kind of just helps to smooth the white florals over so that this fragrance has no sharp edges. It's quite a smooth, round floral scent. The next brand I have is Tom Ford, and y'all know I love Tom Ford. I actually just did a Tom Ford video a few weeks ago. Nothing has changed, so please check out that video. It's super long. I was actually going to exclude Tom Ford altogether from this video, but because I'm sharing my entire collection, I didn't want to leave these out. So I'm just going to quickly show them. I'm not going to do a full description on these because I literally just did a whole video about them. I will try to say like 3 words about each one and then move on. So the first one is Champaka Absolute, and this one is Drinking Champagne in a Fancy Garden. Next one is Jasmine Rouge, and this is my Sexy Jasmine Mature scent. Next one is Bitter Peach, and this is Peach and Patchouli. Next up is Tobacco Vanille, and this is Tobacco Vanilla Spicy Sweet Goodness. Next up is Lavender Extreme, and this is an aromatic lavender rounded out by vanilla or tonka. Next up is Soleil Blanc, and this one is my Luxury Vacation in a Bottle. Next up is Vanille Fatale, and this is a spicy, sweet, different vanilla. Next up is Black Orchid, and this is my go-to from Tom Ford, spicy, sexy, hard to describe. Also have Black Orchid Parfum, and this is a sweeter, boozier version of the original. Next up is Noir Parfum, and this is spicy, sweet vanilla. Next up is Rose Prick, and this is a spicy Tom Ford Rose. Next up is Mandarino di Amalfi, and this is a sparkling orange blossom scent. Next up is Metalique, and this one is a metallic vanilla that smells a lot better than it sounds. Next up is Lost Cherry, and this is a boozy cherry almond. Next up is Soleil Brûlant, and this is a sexy, sweet honey scent. Next up is Soleil Neige, and this is a warm but also cold floral scent. Next up is Santal Blush, and this is a creamy sandalwood. Next up is Shanghai Lily, and this is a spicy, heavy lily scent. Next up is Neroli Portofino, and this is a fresh Neroli scent. Next up is Fucking Fabulous, and this is a powdery, leathery, green scent. And last is Orchid Soleil, which is a vintage smelling tuberose scent that also has something in it that makes it smell very appropriate for summer. The next brand I have is Valentino. I only have one, but this is Donna Aqua. And this is a lightweight almond pistachio floral scent. Next brand I have is Victoria's Secret. I only have one. This is Breathless. I haven't worn this in years, but this is one that I wore like 4 years, and I just keep it for sentimental purposes. This is a kind of sweet, kind of creamy vanilla floral. Next brand I have is Victor and Rolf, and I only have one. This is Flower Bomb Ruby Orchid. And I will have a video coming out about this soon. I will be comparing it to the original Flower Bomb. But it is an explosion of flowers. Stay tuned for my video featuring this fragrance. The next brand I have is Wilhelm Perfumery, and I only have Mango Skin from the brand, and this one honestly smells like the name. So it is a kind of sour but also kind of sweet mango, and you can definitely smell a bit of greenness in this fragrance. And then as it dries down, you can also smell the red wine accord that is in this fragrance as well. It's really interesting, and it's not going to be one that is for everybody. The next brand I have is Xerjoff, and I actually plan on doing a Xerjoff collection video, so I'm kind of going to do it like the Tom Ford, where I'm kind of just going to give you like a really quick description of each of these, but I will be having a video coming out soon that will go into more detail and rank all of my Xerjoff fragrances. So the first one that I have is Dama Bianca, and I will call this a vanilla white floral. Next up is my scent of the day. This is La Capitale, and this one is kind of a strawberry leather scent. Next up is Ouverture, and this one is a woody fig. Next up is Bouquet Ideal, and this is a spicy tobacco floral. Next up is Italica, and this is a milky almond croissant. Next up is Naxos, and this is a honey tobacco aromatic. Next up is Cruz del Sur 2, and this is a creamy mango. Next up is Dolce Amalfi, and this is juicy fruit gum. Next up is Golden Dala, and this is a spicy, like kitchen spice coffee scent. Next up is Ivory Root, and this one is a spicy vanilla. Last one is Lyra, and this is a caramel lemon cookie. All right, next brand is YSL. I only have two. This first one is Libre or Lib. This is an aromatic lavender vanilla scent that is quite strong in my opinion. It's quite fresh, but it's actually really pretty. I also have Lib Intense, which is a sweeter take on the original. This one, the orange blossom is really amped up and the vanilla is amped up. So this is a smoother take on Lib. Next brand I have is the Zadig & Voltaire, and I only have one. This is her. This is a milky chestnut and sandalwood scent that is quite lactonic, so it won't be for everybody, but in my opinion, it is just gorgeous, especially for nighttime sleeping. All right, we are on the last brand, and that is Zara. So I have Amber Linen. This one smells like laundry that has just a touch of an amber detergent to it. Next one is Rose Gourmand, and this is a coffee vanilla rose, very similar to Intense Cafe from Montal. Next up is Rich Warm Addictive, and this is a honey tobacco scent that is quite sweet and almost girlish. Next up is Ebony Wood, and this is a very clean, woody scent that smells quite sophisticated. Next up is Vetiver Pamplemousse, and this one smells like a zesty grapefruit scent. Unfortunately, I don't get much vetiver in this, but I do think it's in the background, kind of just grounding the scent. And the last fragrance we have is Boy Soleil, and this one is a woody scent that honestly does not have good performance, so I hardly ever wear it, but I do like to wear it to bed sometimes or just to go drop the kids off. But it's woody, it's a little bit sweet, a little bit powdery. So we are going to go ahead and end the video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and for watching the other two parts. If you have not checked out those other two parts, go ahead and do that now. Also, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and do that now and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss a video from me. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.